Tonight, more than a week after a body was found inside an impounded Tesla registered to the singer who goes by the stage name David.
In the back of my mind, I didn't physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
The human remains found inside this impounded Tesla in Hollywood have been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas.
We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
On September 8th, 2025, police found the remains of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas in the trunk of a car registered to rising artist David. Days later, detectives raided a Hollywood Hills home tied to him. His tour was canceled, and his team said he was cooperating. From there, the story only grew darker. Screenshots, rumors, and theories began flooding social media, some shocking, some heartbreaking, and all of them demanding answers. In this video, we're breaking down what's verified, what's rumored, and what's still a mystery. Let's start with what has been confirmed. The Tesla was discovered at a Hollywood tow yard after staff reported a strong odor. Inside, officers found the decomposed body. That car was registered to David, real name David Anthony Burke. For days, the identity of the victim remained uncertain. Then, by September 17th, detectives confirmed the body belonged to Celeste Rivas, a 15-year-old girl who had been reported missing since April 2024, when she was only 13. Almost immediately, investigators carried out a search at a Hollywood Hills residence where David had been staying before his tour. The house wasn't owned by him, but was rented by his manager, Josh Marshall. Witnesses saw law enforcement leaving with a laptop and several other items, including digital devices, and what may have been surveillance footage. Reports also say they used luminol inside the home to check for possible traces of blood. The property's owner, Miladin Trifunovic, later told reporters he didn't even know David had been staying there until after the search. Meanwhile, David's team announced the cancellation of his tour dates, citing the ongoing investigation. A representative also stated that he was cooperating with authorities. As of today, no arrests have been made, and the official cause and manner of Celeste's death have not been released. But the moment her identity was confirmed, the internet began asking an urgent question. How were Celeste and David connected? This is where the story gets darker. As soon as news broke that the victim was Celeste Rivas, people online began sharing screenshots, posts, and stories suggesting she had known David personally. Some claimed to have found private messages or old photos hinting at a closer relationship. A few outlets noted that investigators were exploring every lead, but so far, police haven't confirmed any of these details. At the same time, tributes to Celeste filled social media. Friends described her as full of life, with big dreams for the future. Her family and supporters, still grieving, have called for answers and justice, desperate to understand how she ended up in that car. No official statement has linked her directly to the artist, but the sheer volume of online discussion shows how deeply people care about this case. With little confirmed information, fans and followers turn to what they could access: his lyrics, his posts, and even old interviews, searching for clues that might explain what happened. The first place people turned to was the music. Songs like Romantic Homicide had always been described as raw and emotional, but now listeners were hearing something different. The biggest shock came when clips of an unreleased track titled Celeste began circulating online.
Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest.
Whether it was truly about her or just a coincidence, the name alone was enough to send fans reeling. Imagine being her friends and seeing that. People have also noted Hello Kitty imagery appearing in his online presence. And according to her missing poster, Hello Kitty sandals were the last thing that Celeste was wearing before she disappeared. There are also circulating claims that he often releases things around September 7th, her birthday, but that pattern has not been verified. To many who are grieving, the connection stung. It felt like dark clues may have been hiding in plain sight. Even more unsettling was a resurfaced concert clip of an unreleased song.
I don't care about the love when I'm with you, 'cause I be breaking it all the time, and I don't really need the cause, no.
Those words, once just a throwaway lyric to some, suddenly sounded like a confession. On TikTok and Instagram, the clip was replayed again and again, with people asking themselves, was he talking about her all along? For a lot of people online, these weren't just coincidences. They felt like fragments of a bigger story, puzzle pieces that hinted at a closeness the world hadn't seen until it was too late. If the music clues were chilling, the next rumor was devastating. Across Reddit, Discord leaks, screenshots began circulating that appeared to show David writing about a kid on the way. If true, the timing suggested Celeste could have been pregnant, with March 2025 whispered as a possible due date. The thought of a 15-year-old girl carrying that weight added an entirely new layer of heartbreak. Celeste's mother has said that her daughter had a small red sh tattoo on her right index finger, the same place where David is known to have the exact same design. None of this has been verified by investigators, but to many grieving her loss, the similarities felt chilling. There are also clips from live streams making the rounds.
Okay, answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
Which one?
In some, viewers claim you can see Celeste and David in the same space, or hear her voice in the background. These are shared widely on TikTok, X, and Reddit.
Yeah, that's order.
Why you look good?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
None of these claims have been verified by police, but if even a fraction turned out to be true, it would change everything we think we know about her final months. The idea of her being pregnant was crushing. As the case grew, the internet's search for answers only widened. One of the most unsettling theories spreading on Reddit is what some call the two Celestes idea. According to posts, after Celeste Rivas disappeared, David may have been seen with another young woman named Celeste Herrera, who is older. Users point out that in some photos, Herrera appears to be wearing the same jacket Celeste Rivas was last photographed in. From this, people speculate that Herrera was used to create confusion, almost like a stand-in to cover for the fact that the younger Celeste was gone. Others note changes in online bios, such as Herrera reportedly labeling herself the different Celeste. None of this has been verified by investigators, but to grieving fans, it felt haunting. Another focus was the Tesla timeline. Police confirmed Celeste's body was discovered inside the trunk of David's impounded car after tow yard workers complained of a strong odor. Neighbors told reporters the Tesla had been sitting on the street for weeks before it was finally towed. That chilling gap left everyone wondering, how long had she been there? And why wasn't it discovered sooner? For many, imagining her alone in that car made the case feel even more horrifying. People also dug up an old interview where David allegedly spoke about retiring young and disappearing to an island.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
On the 4th year, I retire. And on the 5th year, I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone.
At the time, it seemed like nothing more than an eccentric dream. But in light of what's happened, some interpreted it as something far darker. Then there were the voices closest to Celeste. Her family allegedly told reporters they believed she had been in some kind of relationship with him. Some even said she had run away to be with him. Those accounts are still considered rumors, but they've carried weight with a lot of people following the case. For many, hearing claims said to come from relatives made the idea of a relationship feel more believable. What is confirmed is that Celeste's family is now facing the unbearable reality of laying their daughter to rest. They've launched a GoFundMe to help cover funeral costs, and the page is filled with heartbreaking words of love and grief. At the end of the day, beyond all the speculation and rumors, this is about a 15-year-old girl whose life was cut short, and a family left searching for both justice and support. While speculation continues to swirl online, behind the scenes, investigators are now most certainly piecing together a timeline. Medical examiners will be conducting toxicology tests and additional examinations to determine how Celeste died. Forensic experts will be combing through the Tesla for trace evidence and analyzing the car's digital data, which can reveal where it traveled and when. Digital forensics teams are expected to examine computers and phones seized during the search, a step that could either confirm or disprove the authenticity of the Discord screenshots and other viral content that has dominated public discussion. Detectives will also be canvassing for witnesses, neighbors, tow yard employees, and anyone who might provide insight into Celeste's final days. For the public, the wait is agonizing. Until the official cause of death is released and investigators announce whether charges will follow, we remain caught between rumor and fact. What everyone is hoping for now is clarity, confirmation of what really happened, and accountability for whoever is responsible. For Celeste's family, justice cannot come soon enough. At the center of all the speculation, all the rumors, and all the unanswered questions is a 15-year-old girl whose life ended far too soon. Celeste Rivas was more than a headline or a name tied to controversy. She was someone's daughter, someone's friend, a young person with dreams she never got the chance to fulfill. Right now, the official investigation continues. Forensics, autopsy results, and digital evidence will eventually bring clarity. And while the internet continues to process this case in real time, we have to remember that Celeste's loved ones are carrying the weight of losing her her, not just watching it unfold online. If the rumors of a close relationship with her proved true, it would be more than just bad optics for David. It would be a deeply disturbing abuse of trust. But until law enforcement confirms the facts, all we can do is wait, hope that the truth comes to light, and keep the focus where it belongs, on Celeste. She was a teenager, just beginning her life, and she deserved so much more than this. Whatever comes out of the investigation, justice for Celeste should be at the heart of it.